A well-adjusted person is one who makes the same mistake twice without getting nervous. A powerful, victorious ally is yet another name for master. A national debt, if it is not excessive, will be to us a national blessing. A nation which can prefer disgrace to danger is prepared for a master, and deserves one. A dangerous ambition more often lurks behind the specious mask of zeal for the rights of the people. A sacred respect for the constitutional law is the vital principle, the sustaining energy of a free government. All communities divide themselves into the few and the many. The first are the rich and well-born, the other the mass of the people. Best of wives and best of women. But this is a thing more ardently to be wished than seriously to be expected. Caution and investigation are a necessary armor against error and imposition. Divide et impera must be the motto of every nation that either hates or fears us. Divisions at home would invite dangers from abroad. Experience is the oracle of truth, and where its responses are unequivocal, they ought to be conclusive and sacred. For in politics, as in religion, it is equally absurd to aim at making proselytes by fire and sword. Heresies in either can rarely be cured by persecution. Give all the power to the many, they will oppress the few. Give all the power to the few, they will oppress the many. Hard words are very rarely useful. Real firmness is good for everything. Strut is good for nothing. Here, sir, the people govern, here they act by their immediate representatives. I never expect a perfect work from an imperfect man. I have thought it my duty to exhibit things as they are, not as they ought to be. I cannot make everybody else as rapid as myself. If men were angels, no government would be necessary. If we must have an enemy at the head of government, let it be one whom we can oppose, and for whom we are not responsible. It is too early for politicians to presume on our forgetting that the public good, the real welfare of the great body of the people, is the supreme object to be pursued. Liberty is to faction what air is to fire, an aliment without which it instantly expires. Men are reasoning rather than reasonable animals. My soul has ever abhorred the thought that a free man dared not speak the truth. Nature of war to increase the executive at the expense of the legislative authority. Never expect a perfect work from an imperfect man. No man ought certainly to be a judge in his own cause, or in any cause in respect to which he has the least interest or bias. No man shall be the avenger of his own wrongs, especially by a deed alike interdicted by the laws of God and man. Nothing would be further from the reality. Opinion, whether well or ill-founded, is the governing principle of human affairs. Real firmness is good for everything, strut is good for nothing. Safety from external danger is the most powerful director of national conduct. The inducements of philanthropy to those of patriotism. The art of reading is to skip judiciously. The Constitution shall never be construed to prevent the people of the United States who are peaceable citizens from keeping their own arms. The best we can hope for concerning the people at large is that they be properly armed. The fate of an empire in many respects the most interesting in the world. The pains taken to preserve peace include a proportional responsibility that equal pains be taken to be prepared for war. The best security for the fidelity of mankind is to make their interest coincide with their duty. That nation which indulges towards another a habitual hatred or a habitual fondness is in some degree a slave. To be more safe, they at length become willing to run the risk of being less free. There are men who, under any circumstances, will have the courage to do their duty at every hazard. There is a certain enthusiasm in liberty that makes human nature rise above itself, in acts of bravery and heroism. Those who stand for nothing fall for everything. When avarice takes the lead in a state, it is commonly the forerunner of its fall. When a people or family so divide, it never fails to be against themselves. When the sword is once drawn, the passions of men observe no bounds of moderation. We are not always sure that those who advocate the truth are influenced by purer principles than their antagonists. Vigor of government is essential to the security of liberty.